All right, we'll be on a brief recess for just a few moments. All right, it looks like I have, oh, hold on. All right, looks like I have everything.
Good morning. Give me just a second. I'm gonna try to log in on the female side. Give me just a second, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Your Honor, if you're ready to start the male side, I'm ready for the male side.
Okay, sure, we can do that. Is there a way that the females can hear the preliminary instructions?
Give me just a second. I'm working on it. Give me just a second. Okay.
Okay.
Your Honor, we're ready. Okay.
Okay, very good. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is September the 8th, 2022. The time is 11:18 a.m. This is Clayton County Magistrate Court first appearance. My name is Judge Daniel Nagel. Before I begin, there's going to be some preliminary instructions and some information for you. Just to let you know, today's hearing is not going to be an evidentiary hearing. It is going to be an informative hearing. That means that this is not an opportunity to talk about the facts of your case and why you have been wrongly arrested, what defenses you may have, what evidence you may have, who did what, why it was done, or anything like that. This is being broadcast live on the internet, and it's also being recorded. So anything that you say could potentially be used against you by law enforcement, the Solicitor General's office, or the DA's office. So it's very important that you do not discuss the facts of your case, because I'm not going to ask you the facts of your case. If you have a defense, save it between yourself and your defense attorney. Don't give people a heads up of what your defense is going to potentially be, right? Now, some of the information that I'm going to go over with you, I'm going to go over your charges. I'm going to go over whether all of them are going to be continuing, or if some or all of them are going to be dismissed. If some or all of your charges are dismissed, they could be brought back later on by law enforcement, the DA's office, or the solicitor's office. If I dismiss some or all of your charges, it just means that the information that was presented on the warrant wasn't sufficient for the charges to continue. So I don't know if law enforcement is going to bring those charges back. It may just be that they forgot to put the name of a victim. It could be that they forgot to do something very easy. Whether they go back and do it and resubmit it, I don't know. I'm not going to tell them to. I'm not going to tell them not to. That's not my place. But I just want to make you aware that if your charges, either all or some, are being dismissed, they could be brought back at a later date. I'm also going to let you know your bond amount on each charge that will be continuing if I am going to grant a bond. So we'll go over what charges are going to be kept and what those bonds are going to be if there is going to be a bond. Some of you may have special conditions as part of your bond. The most common types of special conditions are to not return to a particular address. So if I say don't return to a particular address, don't go there, because you could end up with even more charges and then also face violation of a court order, and you're very unlikely to get a bond on those charges. Another common type of special condition is no violent contact with someone. No violent contact means exactly what it sounds like. No yelling, screaming, cussing, kicking, throwing things, punching holes in the wall, throwing things on the ground, breaking, or anything like that that would make somebody believe that there is going to be an act of violence that's going to be committed. And then lastly, the other most common type of special condition is no contact. No contact means exactly what it sounds like. No contact, not physically, not through social media, no Kick, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, whatever creative way that you think you can contact somebody, it'll get found out. So if you have a special condition of no contact, in your mind, you need to think about that person does not exist in your world until your case is resolved, or at a later date, another judge modifies your bond conditions, okay? Because if you do have contact with that person, you're very likely to end up back in the Clayton County Jail with new charges and without a bond, all right? All of you still remain with all of your rights. You have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to ask if you want to hire your own attorney, you want to represent yourself, or if you would like for me to appoint one for you. All of you have had the opportunity to fill out paperwork for a court-appointed attorney. If you did not fill out your paperwork, I can only assume that you want to hire your own lawyer or you want to represent yourself. So if you didn't fill it out and you want a court-appointed attorney, I'm going to have to get into your business because you didn't want to fill out the form, and your business is going to be broadcast all over the internet. Right? So if you didn't fill it out, and you want a court-appointed attorney, I'm going to have to ask you questions that may be personal in nature, and you need to answer it if you want to have a court-appointed attorney. If you don't want to have a court-appointed attorney, that's fine. You can hire your own or represent yourself. I don't advise you of representing yourself, but you do have that right. You also have the right not to incriminate yourself or make any statements against yourself, and that's basically just don't talk about the facts of your case. All right. Lastly, I'm going to go over with you your next court date. If you bond out, you do not have to go to your next court date, which is your preliminary hearing. If you bond out of jail, your case will automatically be sent to the Solicitor General's office if all you have are misdemeanors, or the District Attorney's office if you have at least one felony charge. Okay. If you do bond out, just make sure that your information is accurate with the Sheriff's office as well as the Clerk's office. Okay. If you do not bond out, your next court date is going to be your preliminary hearing. That will be an evidentiary hearing where you have the right to make the state prove their case against you. It's not going to be a jury trial. It's going to be an evidentiary hearing with another judge. All they have to do is find probable cause to bound your case over. So it's a lower threshold than beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay. Also, at your preliminary hearing, you or your attorney can negotiate with the state a modification to your bond or work out some type of plea agreement in your case. All right. But that's only if you have not already bonded out. Let's see. Lastly, I will ask you if you have any questions. Don't start asking me questions until I go through all of this information with you. I will give you an opportunity to say something. However, if your question is not, what are my charges? What is my bond? Do I have any special conditions? And when is my next court date? I would strongly encourage you not to ask me anything else because I'm probably not going to be able to help you. The last bit of information I'm going to give you is that if you want to bond out, you have basically two ways of doing it. You can either pay the Sheriff's Department directly, your entire bond amount. There may be some fees associated with that. And if you don't have any pending charges in Clayton County or somewhere else, they will let you go. The other option is to go through a bonding company. I don't know the process of going through a bonding company, but what I can tell you is that a bonding company typically charges somewhere between 15 and 20%. So if your bond is $1,000, 15% of that is $150. 20% of that is $200. So those are general guidelines. That is not a guarantee. That's not a promise of anything. I'm just giving you some information because these are the types of questions that I hear most often. So please don't come up and ask me how much it's going to be to bond you out. The answer is, I don't know. Do the math of 15 to 20%, and that's typically going to be your answer. All right. Now, before I begin with individuals, I need a little bit of cooperation from all of you, and I need everyone to please raise your right hand. All right. Do you swear or affirm the information that you shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You can say, I do. All right. You can put your hands down. So we'll begin with the female side, and then we'll work our way over to the male side. All right.
Davis. Y'all can sit down.
All right, ma'am. What is your full name?
Davis.
Give me just a second. Okay, give me that name one more time.
Davis.
Okay, got it. I had somebody else. Let me see here. Give me just one moment, Miss Davis. Let me get your paperwork. Okay, hold on here. Oh, it says that you were out to bond.
Yes, sir.
So has somebody posted your bond already?
Yes, they posted it last night. That's what I'm actually waiting on.
Okay, give me just a second. Yeah, if they posted it, it just may be a matter of processing it, so, I don't know why you're in front of me, but the bond was $1,000, so you're good to go. If they posted your bond, just give them some time to work on the paperwork. Let me see here. I don't think there's anything that I need to do with you because I didn't get your documents, so you're good to go. Just make sure you keep an eye out for your next court date. Make sure your information is correct with the sheriff's department, okay?
Yes, sir, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Lewis.
All right, can you tell me your name, please?
Lewis.
All right, give me just a moment, Miss Lewis. All right, Miss Lewis, you are here on one count of battery. Let's see here. I have reviewed the warrant and I am dismissing it against you. The reason why I'm dismissing it is I don't know who the alleged victim is. I'm not saying you did do it. I'm not saying you didn't. And I don't believe in things called technicalities. Either there's the law and then there's not the law, right? And so I don't know who you got into an incident with. And so for that reason, I'm dismissing the case. Like I said earlier, the charges could be brought back because that's a fairly simple fix, right? But I'm not going to do law enforcement's jobs for them. That's not my role. I have to play it straight down the middle. And so I'm dismissing it. If you don't have any pending charges against you, then you'll be free to go as soon as the paperwork is processed. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you.
So much.
Great. Moss.
All right. Can you tell me your name, please?
Kiara Marsha Moss.
Oh, okay. I thought you were Miss McCray. Give me 1 second.
She was here.
Hold on a second. You said Miss Moss?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give me just a second. Let me pull your paperwork. All right, Miss Moss. Miss Moss. All right. Miss Moss, you were charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. That is a misdemeanor. Okay. I am going to grant a bond in your case. The bond amount is going to be $1,500. I am going to add a special condition of your bond for you to not have any violent contact with Daniel Brown. Who is that to you?
My husband.
Okay, so I understand that tempers and emotions run high when you're dealing with a spouse and things like that, but I mean, you're old enough to know how to handle yourself accordingly and not end up where you are right here, right? So don't yell, scream, kiss, cut, kick. Don't do anything that anybody would consider to be violent, right? If you get heated, then you need to remove yourself from the situation so you don't end up back here. If somebody starts something with you, again, they're not the one with pending case against them, you are. So it doesn't matter how other people act, it's how you react and how you act, okay? All right, your next court date is September the 20th. If you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date, all right?
But if I bond out, I don't have to appear.
If you bond out what?
I was just repeating what you said, so I make sure I heard it right. September 20th, but if I bond out, I don't have to appear.
That's right. So if you bond out, you don't have to go on September 20th. You'll get notified via mail or email or however it is that they're doing now of your court date later on down the road, okay?
Thank you.
All right, do you have any other questions? Oh, wait. Now, you It says here, you started to fill out the application, then you just kind of stopped. Do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want me to appoint one for you?
I think I'll be fine with that one.
Okay, so you just don't want an attorney.
I'm trying to hire one of my own.
Okay, you want to hire one on your own. All right, no problem. Then that's fine. If you end up getting one, just let them know who it is and then they need to sign the paperwork and file it with the court. All right, do you have any questions?
No, sir. You said my bond was 1,500, right?
That's correct.
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
I'm afraid.
All right, what's your name, ma'am?
McCray.
All right, Miss McCray. McCray, you are charged with 1 count of battery family violence, which is a misdemeanor. Your bond is going to be $2,000. Also criminal trespass, misdemeanor, your bond is going to be $2,000. So your total bond is going to be $4,000. Now, you are going to have special condition of your bond to have no violent contact with Gregory McCray. That's your husband, I assume. Is that correct? Okay. You know, just like I told the previous young lady, you know, listen, you're very much a grown up. I know that tensions can run high, but you have to figure out ways to handle things in a mature manner so you don't end up back in the Clayton County Jail, because I imagine you don't like being in jail, correct? That's right. So don't yell, cuss, kick, scream, slam doors, throw pillows. Don't do none of that. If you find yourself to where you're getting angry, you just remove yourself from the situation in a calm manner. Take a walk, take a drive, whatever it is that you need to do. Just don't end up back here, okay? All right, very good. Now, I will ask you one favor, and I didn't tell everyone. When you respond, I need you either to say yes or no, just so I can hear you, okay?
I said yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Sometimes it's hard for me to hear because of the mask and the camera and the internet and things like that. Now, your next court date is going to be on September the 20th. If you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date. The last bit of information or question I have for you is, you did not fill out your form for a court-appointed counsel. So do you want to hire your own attorney?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, you have the right to do that. If you can't find an attorney the next time you ever appear in court, just let them know that you want to apply for a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's your question?
You said my next court date is September the 20th, and you say I don't have to appear?
If you bond out of jail, meaning you pay your bond, on September the 20th, you do not need to appear in court.
So do I do like video or?
Your next court date, as long as you're not in jail, they'll notify you when your next court date is, okay? The only time you need to go to court on September the 20th is if you're still locked up, and they'll take you there, okay?
I can just go to work or, like normal, like have a normal day. Is that how that works?
As long as you're out of jail, yeah, and you don't have anything else going on, yes.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Sir,
All right. Very good. Good luck to you.
thank you.
All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Jessica Simone Ratliff.
I don't have you. Hold on a second. Have you already posted? Has somebody posted your bond already?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
What's your last name?
Ratliff.
Oh, huh. I don't have. I see your name on my list, but I don't have any of your documentation. Give me just a second. Let me make sure that that's correct.
Okay.
Oh, let Ms. Ratliff, hold on. I have a bond order for you. Let me see if I have your warrant paperwork. Oh, here we go. Jessica Ratliff. Okay, Ms. Ratliff, give me just a moment. Your name was at the top, so I just must have skipped over it. I'm sorry. Let's see here. All right, you did fill out an application. Very good.
Thank you.
All right. Let me see what you have going on. Simple assault. All right, so you're before the court on one count of simple assault and criminal trespass. So what I need to do is take a quick look. Okay. All right, so this is what I'm going to do for you, Ms. Ratliff. You're before the court, like I said, on simple battery, family violence, and criminal trespass. I am going to grant a bond on the simple assault, and the bond is going to be $1,500. On the criminal trespass, I'm dismissing that charge against you. I don't know whose picture frame it is. If it's yours, you can destroy your own stuff. And if it's not, they didn't tell me it didn't belong to you. So I don't have enough evidence either way. Now, my understanding is that the other person involved is your roommate. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I still have my clothes over there and everything I have to get, so.
Yeah. Well, how long have y'all been roommates?
4 months.
Got it. Do you have somewhere else that you can go?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Well, I'll tell you what then, because I'm going to do two things for you. Number one, don't have any contact with Miss Howard. Okay. So
Can I still go get my stuff?
Yep. Give me just a second. I'm gonna explain that part to you because I know you need to get your stuff. All right. Give me just a second. The address is 6854
Yes, sir.
Red Maple Drive. Okay, 6854 Red Maple Drive. Got a fly on my head. All right, Rex GA. All right, so here's the deal. Don't have any contact with her, not physical, not through Instagram and all this other stuff that people are using these days, okay? Also, don't go back to the residence. However, in my order, I'm putting in that you are allowed to go back and get your stuff. But don't just show up with a piece of paper saying the judge said I could come up here and get my stuff. That's not how that works, okay? You have to make arrangements with the sheriff's office. They're going to go with you to make sure that there's no more incidents between you and Miss Howard. That's for your own safety and for hers and everybody else's, right? So people don't get rowdy. And they will be there so you can get anything that you want so long as it's yours, okay? So typically clothing items, personal effects and things of that nature, right? Like, you know, I don't know how y'all have couches and things like that, but just be reasonable. You know, don't try to cause a scene. Nobody wants anybody else charged or anything like that, okay? But it's going to be in the order, so you just need to take that to the sheriff's office and they'll link you up and go and get your stuff. All right. Now, next court date is going to be on September the 20th. If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Okay. Are you going to be able to make that bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now, you have an opportunity to hire your own attorney, or you have that right. Do you want to hire your own attorney, or do you want me to appoint one for you?
Can I appoint one?
Okay. All right, I will do that for you. Ms. Ratliff, do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, well, good luck to you, and just make sure you follow those directions. Don't show up over there without the sheriff, okay?
Can I call the officer when I get there? Well, before I get there to let them know to meet me there?
No, what'll happen is you'll take the bond order, you'll take the piece of paper with you to the sheriff's department. You'll go up there. They have a window where you can go to, and you'll arrange it up there. Don't just show up at the address and then call them to come over there. You need to go to the sheriff's office. They're located right behind the courthouse, and they'll tell you how that goes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Well, good luck to you. All right. What's your name?
Marie Robinson.
Robinson.
Sir.
Is it Nicole Robinson? Okay, hold on just a second. They brought a lot of people over here that the only Robinson I have is Nicole Robinson. Let me see. Did somebody post your bond already, ma'am?
I don't know.
Me neither.
Your Honor, Jimmy Robinson, he posted bond. That's
The-
a male. Nicole Robinson is a female.
Right, who's this in front of me?
This is Nicole Robinson.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. I heard Robinson and I asked if it was Nicole. I just didn't understand her response. Got it. All right. Miss Nicole Robinson.
Yes, sir.
All right. In just a moment. All right, ma'am. You are here on one count of battery, family violence, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond in your case. The bond is going to be $2,500. Now, a special condition of your bond is that you do not have any contact with Tyrese Hardy. Who is that to you?
He's nobody to me. He stays in the home where I
I
stay.
got you. Okay, well then, don't have any contact with him. Okay, wherever he is, you can't be. Okay, so I don't know what the living situation is like, but I don't know if it's a duplex, a condo, single residence or whatever, but wherever he is, you don't be. Okay. Just like I told the last person, if you have stuff that's where he is, I'm going to put in here that you can arrange with the sheriff's department to go and get your stuff. Just don't show up and be like, judge said I could. That's not how that works. Okay. Do it the right way, do it the legal way. That way you don't get yourself in any more trouble. Okay. Now you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
You can appoint one for me.
Okay. I will do that for you. Your next court date, like I said, is going to be on September the 20th. If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Just make sure your information is correct with the clerks in the sheriff's office. Okay.
And you said my bill is $2,500?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct. All right. Do you have any other questions? Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you, ma'am. Okay. All right. What's your name, ma'am? Did you say Strickland?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, good. There's a little bit of a delay between you and the your connection and mine. All right. Miss Strickland, you are charged with one count of battery, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to set a bond of $2,500. Now, you're not to have any violent contact with James Mathurin or Mathurin. Who is that to you? What's y'all's relationship?
That is my son's father.
Your son's father. Okay. Well, I'm sure you've heard me say what no violent contact is. So just don't have any violent contact with them. Your next court date is going to be on September the 20th. If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Now you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like for me to do?
You can appoint one for me.
Okay. All right, I will do that for you. Do you have any other questions?
Did you say that the bond was $2,500?
Yes, $2,500. That's correct.
Okay,
Okay, anything else?
no, that's all.
Okay, all right, good luck to you.
Yeah, that's gonna be all the females, Your Honor. Demetria Pierce, she bonded out.
Okay, I was gonna ask you about that. Okay, that's fine. So let me,
Yes, Your Honor, that's gonna be all the females.
okay, very good. Thank you, sir.
You come up, state your name.
What's your name, sir?
Jeremy Allen.
All right, Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen, you are charged with one count of criminal trespass, sir. That is a misdemeanor. All right, I am going to grant a bond in your case. The bond is going to be $1,500. Are you going to be able to make that bond, sir?
More than likely, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Very good. Now, you do have a special condition of your bond is to have no violent contact with Marie Allen. I'm assuming, is that your spouse?
My mother.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. It does say mother. Okay. Very good. Do y'all live together? What's that?
You get to.
Oh, do y'all live together, Mr. Allen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, got it. Well, listen, you're a grown man. Just don't throw things, don't kick things over, push walls, punch holes in the wall, things of that nature. While you're staying, if you decide that you want to even go back and stay with your mom, don't do anything that would be resembling violence. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, if you bond out, you do not have to go to your court date on September the 20th, and you have the right to hire your own lawyer, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like for me to do?
Appoint one for me.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that for you, Mr. Allen. Do you have any questions about your case, sir?
If I bond out today, will I be released today?
It does take some time because this court appearance is probably going to run for about another hour. Then I've got to sign the paperwork, scan it in, email it over to the sheriff's department. They've got to receive it and do their thing. So as long as you don't have any pending charges in Clayton County or anywhere else, it'll be as fast as everybody can process the paperwork.
That's actually my question, like any pending charges or any holds.
I don't know. I have no idea. You should know. Or the sheriff's department will know, but I don't know.
Okay.
All right. All right. Any other questions?
That's it.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. What's your name, sir?
Oliver Armstrong.
Oh, all right. Mr. Armstrong. You are charged with one count of battery. That is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond in your case, and the bond is going to be $2,500. Okay. Also, a special condition of your bond is to not have any contact with Daniel Armstrong. Who is that to you?
That's my son.
I see. How old is your son?
24.
You said it's your son or your grandson?
Well, actually, he's my adopted son.
Got it. Okay. Does he stay with you?
Yes, he does.
Okay. And is it your residence or his?
It's mine.
Got it.
He might not be living there no longer, though.
I understand. I hear you. All right. I'll tell you what, Mr. Armstrong, because if I put no contact and he's at your residence, then that means that you can't go back. And I don't think that's particularly fair. But I have to keep the peace between you and him. So I'm going to put no violent contact. All right. So that will allow you to go back to your residence, but don't get rowdy with your grandson. Okay. The restriction is on you, not on him. Okay. So whatever measures that you want to take about him living there, you'll be able to do it. Okay. Because I don't want to restrict you from being able to do that. But at the same time, you know, sir, you're very much a grown adult. You know, just figure out ways to govern yourself accordingly so you don't end up back where you are right now. Okay.
Right.
All right. Your next court date is on September the 20th. If you bond out, you're not going to have to go to that court date. Are you going to be able to make your bond, Mr. Armstrong?
I think so.
Okay, very good. And let me see. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like for me to do, sir?
Just appoint me one.
Okay, very good. And Mr. Armstrong, give me just a moment. Okay, I was just checking to see if you've ever served in the military, sir.
Nope.
All right, no problem. Okay, all right. Do you have any questions about your case, Mr. Armstrong?
No, I can't think of anything right now.
Okay, all right. Well, good luck to you, sir. Please don't come back.
You.
All right, what's your name?
Brenton Bridges.
All right, Mr. Bridges. All right, sir, you are here on one count of driving under the influence and one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. I need to change your court date because the drug charge they have it as a felony. All right. I am going to grant a bond on both of these charges. The bond on the DUI is $2,500 and the bond on the drug charge $2,500. So your total bond is $5,000. Okay. Are you going to be able to make that, sir?
Do I have access to my bank account?
People ask me that. I don't know, but if you have, let's just say you have a debit card or a credit card and you could pay it, probably. You got to work that out with the sheriff's office and the bonding company.
If so, then yes.
Okay. All right. Well, your next court date is going to be on September the 19th. If you bond out, you don't need to appear for that court date. But if you're still incarcerated, that's when you'll have your preliminary hearing date. Okay. Now, do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want to have a court-appointed attorney?
Court-appointed.
Okay. Okay. All right. I am going to grant that request. Do you have any questions about your case, Mr. Bridges?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you, sir.
Thanks.
What's your name, sir?
Amari Bruce. Amari Bruce. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Amari Bruce. I got you. All right, Mr. Bruce, you are charged with one count of simple battery family violence, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to set a bond in the amount of $2,500. Okay. I am putting a special condition as part of your bond to not have any contact with Sky Billingsley. Okay. What's your relationship to her?
A friend. Yes, friend.
Got it. Okay. Well, then don't be friends with her until your case is resolved or your bond is modified, all right? Wherever she is, you don't be. She equals jail in your mind, okay? All right. Don't try to reach out to her via social media. Don't try to pass messages through friends or anything like that, because it's just going to lead to more trouble for you. All right. Your next court date is going to be on September the 20th. If you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney or can appoint one for you. What would you like for me to do?
Appointment for.
Okay. All right, I will do that for you. Mr. Bruce, do you have any questions about your case?
Yeah, you said, so my bond is what?
2,500.
All right, cool.
All right, anything else?
Nah, that's it. That's it.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
I appreciate it.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Marcus Clark.
All right, Mr. Clark. You are charged with 1 felony count of robbery. I'm going to set a bond at 3,000. 1 misdemeanor count of obstruction. The bond is 1,000. 1, let me see if the drug charge is a felony or a misdemeanor. 1 misdemeanor count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. The bond is going to be 3,000, and 1 misdemeanor count of loitering. So your total bond is going to be 3, 4 plus 4 is $8,000. All right. Now, in addition, you're going to have special conditions to not have any contact with Cornelius Holt or Aurelius Holt. Now, they're not relatives of yours. Is that correct?
No.
Okay. All right. I don't know what, if any, relationship you have to them. So, but if you don't know them, good. It should be easy for you not to have any contact with them. And if you do know them, forget that you know them. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on September the 21st. If you bond out, you don't need to appear for that court date. Okay. Now you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. Which one would you like?
Clayton.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, well, good luck to you. What's your name, sir?
Devin Donaldson.
Awesome. Hey, Deputy, is Gregory Byers, is he there?
No, sir, he's not.
Is he just not present, or did he bond out, or where is he at?
I'm not sure. He's not present right now. I will look. If you give me a second, I'll call down to where he's supposed to be at.
Called out. Well, I mean, y'all can pass the word that I'm dismissing the warrants.
Oh, so his charges are dismissed?
Yeah, both of his charges are going to be dismissed, so he doesn't have anything pending.
That may be why he's not here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how they knew because I didn't tell anybody. But wherever he is, just pass that along that I'm going to enter into dismissal on those warrants.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Just a moment, Mr. Hold on, sir. Give me just a moment. All right. Let's see. You're Mr. Donaldson, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. That go here. Okay. All right. All right, sir, you are here on a simple family violence charge, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond in the amount of $2,500. Let me see here. What's the relationship between you and the person that was involved in this?
Sister.
Okay. I got it. And what is your sister's full name?
Alexis Donaldson.
All right. Do y'all live together?
No.
All right. All right, so the address at 1219 Shoreham Drive, that's not where you stay, correct?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. So as part of special condition of your bond, I'm gonna tell you, don't have any contact with Alexis Donaldson and don't return back to the 1219 Shoreham Drive address, okay? All right, so wherever she is, you don't be, and just don't go back to that property, all right? Now, your next court date is gonna be on September the 20th. If you bond out, you don't need to appear for that court date. And you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like for me to do?
Appoint one for me.
Okay. All right, I will do that for you. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you, sir. All right, what's your name, sir?
Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Okay. All right, Mr. Howard. I believe that all of these charges are misdemeanors. They look all like they're driving offenses.
Sir.
Let's see. I just want to double check. Yeah, they are. Okay, very good. All right, sir, you're here on a no license charge or a suspended license charge. Misdemeanor. I'm gonna set bond at 1,500. On the following two closely, bond is going to be 500. On the divided highway restriction violation, the bond is 500. Failure to maintain insurance, 1,000. Registration and license, the dealer plate, tag charge, $1,000. Too fast for conditions, 500, and reckless driving, 1,000. So let's see, 1,500 plus 500, that's 2,000. 2,500, 35, 45, 5,000, 6,000. All right, if I did that math correct, your total bond is going to be $6,000. Okay, all charges are misdemeanors. So the next court date is going to be on September the 20th. Okay. Now you have the right to hire your own attorney. Would you like to hire one, or would you like for me to appoint one?
Yeah, go ahead and appoint one.
Okay. It looks like you filled out your application. The only thing you didn't do was sign it. So is that all right that I just put that you
Yes, sir.
allowed me to sign it? Okay. All right. All right, sir, I'm going to assign an appointed attorney for you. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, well, very good. Good luck to you, sir. All right, what's your name, sir?
Yes, Willie Johnson. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning, sir. All right, Mr. Johnson, you are charged with one count of driving either without a valid license or on a suspended or revoked license, and one count of not having insurance. They're both traffic misdemeanor violations. For the insurance charge, it's going to be 1,000. For the no license, it's going to be 1,500. So your total bond is $2,500. Are you going to be able to make that, Mr. Johnson?
Your Honor, in respect to the bond, respectfully, I was wondering if there's any possible way that this could be converted so my girlfriend can possibly pay in cash, because she doesn't have the requirement documents. to meet
I
the
see.
bond.
Well, I mean, you can pay in cash, but it's 2,500.
Yes, I'm saying possibly if it could be converted into a 10-15% wise.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't think I have the authority to do that, Mr. Johnson. I don't think I can.
I see.
And even if I could, my response would be that, you know, you've heard me give multiple bonds to numerous people. I mean, pretty much 1,000 and 1,500, that's about as low as I could go. So I can't,
Yes, sir.
unfortunately, I can't do anything on that end to help you out. Now, the next court date that you have scheduled is going to be on September the 20th. If you are bonded out, then you do not need to appear for that particular court date. Just make sure your information is accurate with the sheriff's department and the clerk's office, okay? Now, you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can review your application and appoint an attorney for you. What would you like to do, sir?
I'll possibly represent myself pro se with these traffic charges, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. You definitely have the right to do that. Now, I will tell you, I don't advise that because obviously they are crimes and they're misdemeanors, and you could face up to 12 months in jail on each charge. However, I understand that, you know, they're traffic offenses, so no problem. All right. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir, Your Honor. Can you give me a grand total of the bond, please?
Yes, 2,500.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Johnson. All right. What's your name, sir?
Keyshawn Latson.
Mr. Ladson, you are here on one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. The way that it's written is a felony. I am going to grant a bond of $3,500. Okay. You don't have any special conditions other than just don't go around violating the law anymore. All right.
Sure.
Your next court date is going to be on, let me see what I have here, September the 21st. But if you bond out, you don't need to appear for that court date. Okay.
Okay.
Now, you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do, sir?
You can appoint one.
Okay. Let me take a look. All right, I will do that for you, Mr. Ladson. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, good luck to you, sir.
I appreciate it.
All right, sir, what is your name?
Juan Diego Lara.
Oh, Mr. Lara, they told me that you were bonded out.
Oh, I was never informed. I was trying to get hold to contact somebody, but they never let me even get a contact on my phone number. So I was never informed.
So do you know whether anybody has posted your bond or not?
Well, I haven't had communication with none of my family.
I see. Well, I don't have any of your, I don't think I have your middle document here. Give me just a second, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it says out to bond. Well, you're definitely not out to bond because you're in front of me. Yeah, your bond is $2,500. Are you going to be able to make that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well then.
I thought it was already paid.
That's what the sheriff's understanding was too, that somebody already paid it.
Yes, sir. Well, if it's already paid, then yes, I can make it.
Okay. Well, I don't think there's anything that I need to do with you because you might get processed out. If for some reason that's not the case, then you'll have to appear tomorrow, but it looks like you're on your way to freedom, sir.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Okay, no problem. Hopefully that gets taken care of. Your worst case scenario is somebody will see you tomorrow morning and get it straightened out, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Cornelius Leftwich.
Mr. Leftwich. All right, sir, you are charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. And so I am going to grant a bond. The bond is going to be $2,500. Who is Sabrina Leftwich to you?
My mother.
I got you. I see. Do y'all live together, Mr. Leftwich?
Yes.
Okay. Who is it? Is it your mom's residence?
It's my mom's and my father's residence.
Got it. I see. Do you have personal belongings there?
Yes. But I could stay somewhere else.
Okay, good. Well, that's what I was going to suggest and also implement, just so there's no further issues.
Yeah, I've been going over there since that.
Oh, well, don't tell me that. That's not something that you want to share, Mr. Leftwich. All right. So here's the thing. I am going to grant a bond of $2,500. Okay. Now, while your case is pending and while this order is in effect, don't have any contact with Sabrina Leftwich. Now, I know you said that's your mom. You can have contact with your dad all you want to. You can have contact with the other 300 million Americans if you want to, right? Just not her. Okay. Also, don't go back to the 8577 Glendevin Court address in Riverdale. However, I'm going to allow you to go and get your items if you have personal items over there, but you just need to take the sheriff's department with you to get it. That way there's no issue of anybody saying you did something or they did something to you, because the sheriff will be right there. Okay. So just make arrangements with the sheriff's department. It'll be in the bond order and you take it up there and they'll go with you to make sure you can get your stuff in a peaceful manner. Okay. Now your next court date is going to be on September the 20th. If you bond out, you don't have to go to that court date. Lastly, you have the right to hire your own attorney. You can represent yourself, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Hire my own attorney.
Okay. That's fine.
I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said, that's fine. That's your right if you want to hire your own attorney. Just make sure that you get your lawyer by the time you have your next court date, okay?
Okay. And it's
All
bond
right.
is 2,500.
That's correct.
Okay. All
Any
right.
other questions?
That'll
All
be
right,
all.
you're good to go. Good luck to you, sir. All right, what's your name, sir?
Randy Mims.
All right. Mr. Mays. Mays, I'm sorry. You are charged with 1 count of battery family violence. That is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond in the amount of $3,000. I do have a special condition on here to not have any contact with Amanda Morse. Who is that to you?
She was my girlfriend at the time.
Okay. All right. Well, let me see. Oh, this happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all don't live together anymore, right?
Correct.
Okay. Good. Okay. I got you. Okay.
So yeah. So.
All right. Well, just don't have any contact with her. Don't speak to her. Don't reach out. Don't try to do anything slick, because law enforcement will find out and you're just going to get yourself in even more trouble. Okay. It looks like you haven't been in any trouble since then, because they would have arrested you already. Okay. So just continue to not get yourself in any more trouble and let this work itself out. Next court date is September the 20th. If you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. Just make sure your information is accurate with the clerk's office, okay? You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like for me to do, sir?
Appoint one for me.
Okay. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
Nope.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Darius McKeever.
Okay. Ms. McKeever, you are charged with 1 count of theft by taking. Oh, yeah. All right, your bond is going to be $2,000. Okay. You do have a special condition not to return back to 3993 Tradeport Boulevard. Is that where you were working at the time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't know if they were going to retain your employment or not, but just don't go back to that address, okay? Find somewhere else to get some employment, okay? It is a misdemeanor charge, so your next court date would be on September the 20th. If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Now, you have the right to hire your own attorney, represent yourself, or have a court-appointed attorney, but you didn't fill out the information. So do you want to hire your own attorney? Is that why you didn't fill it out?
Yeah, I was gonna try to hire my own, and then if not, then I'll see what I can do from there.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Just make sure if you hire your attorney before your next court date, they file the appropriate paperwork. And for whatever reason, if you don't have one by the time your next court date rolls around, just let the judge know that you want to speak to somebody about court-appointed attorney, okay?
Okay, I do have a question.
Yes.
Is it able, so my bond, I was talking to my dad last night. My dad is an over-the-road truck driver. My mom lives in Pine Mountain, and I literally live with my roommate who does not have an ID.
Okay.
My bond could have been paid last night, but
okay.
Like everybody, my dad's too far. The roommate doesn't have a license. My mom's too far. I was trying to see if it could be like a $500 reduction or maybe a signature bond for myself, because I have the money myself.
Right.
Like I'm literally sitting here with trying to.
Yeah, the tough answer is, I mean, look, here's the thing. If you have the money yourself, then you need to talk to a bonding company or the sheriff's office about doing it. I imagine if you had a stockpile of cash, I don't understand why they wouldn't let you use it. But unfortunately, I don't have control over that. You know, my power is really limited to kind of what I have gone over with you. And I don't do typically, if ever, do own recognizance bonds, just because you know, people take advantage of that, and then later it just makes the judicial process very messy. So yeah, I mean, I hear you, and this is not a judgment on you, but I have to treat everybody the same. If I do it for you, then other people are going to tell me the same thing you're telling me, right? So at this time, I'm not going to make a bond modification. However, you know, you can talk to an attorney, and they can file an emergency bond modification request if they want to do that. But at this time, the bond is $2,000. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Khalid Phillips.
All right. All right, Mr. Phipps, you are here on 1 count of battery, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is going to be $2,000. And then 1 count of disruption with operating in public school. Misdemeanor, the bond is $1,000. So your total bond is $3,000, okay? Now, as part of your bond, I have some special conditions for you. All right. So number 1 is not to have any contact with Tolerance or Tolerance. I don't know how you say his name, Jones. Okay. My understanding is that this was an incident at Morrow High School. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So just don't have any contact with him. Now, also, I noticed when I was going through the paperwork that you're here with another gentleman by the name of Ricky Tarver. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't know what kind of situation was going on between you, Mr. Jones, and Mr. Tarver. Doesn't really matter. I don't know who's the good influence, who's the bad influence, if both of y'all are good and Mr. Jones is bad, or both of y'all are bad and Mr. Jones is good. What I do know is that you're here and Mr. Tarver's here. So for your own benefit and for his own benefit, don't have any contact with him either. I don't know if he's your friend or a random person. I don't know. But everybody involved in this particular situation, it's not good for any of you. How old are you? 17?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I imagine, I mean, you like your freedom and don't enjoy being locked up, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's right. I mean, you can't do what you want. You can't play video games, you can't play basketball, can't holler at girls, you can't do none of that while you're in jail, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's typically things that somebody of your age, those are things people your age typically like to do. So if you want to continue to do things and eat the food that you want to eat and have the freedoms of being out of jail, don't have any contact with these people, okay? All right, that includes social media. Don't try to be slick and think you're going to use Snapchat and WhatsApp and the messengers are going to disappear, because guess what? Law enforcement can get them. Ain't nothing secret, okay? Your next court date is going to be on September the 20th. If you bond out, you don't need to appear for that court date, okay? Now you have the opportunity to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like for me to do, sir?
You can appoint one for me.
Yes, sir. I will do that for you. What grade are you currently in?
I'm in 11th.
Okay. All right. You plan on sticking through and graduating?
That's why I'm trying to get out of jail.
All right. Very good. Very good. Do you do any sports?
Yeah, I play basketball.
Okay. Very good. Well, I don't know if you're any good or not, but don't throw away a potential opportunity to go to college and have a lot of good experiences by getting involved in some crazy stuff like this. All right. Because a lot of people have had a ton of talent and ton of opportunities. They just throw it away for nothing. Okay. All right. Do you have any questions? Okay. All right, Mr. Phipps. Well, good luck to you. Don't come back.
No, I'm not.
All right. All right. What's your name, sir?
Demetrius Pierce Jr.
Okay. Mr. Pierce, you were here. Well, who is Demetria Pierce?
That's my sister.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if, I mean, I figured y'all were related, but I didn't know if
We was
y'all were
together during it.
Yep, I understand. She had a little bit more light than you did. But we're gonna get you set here. All right, so you're charged with one count of hindering or display of a license plate, misdemeanor, $500. Possession of marijuana, less than an ounce. The bond is, let me make sure that's less than an ounce. Yep, less than an ounce. The bond is $1,500. Violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act, felony, the bond is $3,000. And then possession of a weapon during commission of a crime, the bond is actually, hold on. It was going to be $5,000, but I'm changing it to $3,000. Okay, so your total bond is, let me see, 3 + 3 is 6, 7, 8. So your total bond is $8,000. Okay. Typically, just like I told that last gentleman, I don't like for co-defendants to mingle and talk, because every single time they're talking about their cases together, which is never a good idea. But since that's your sister, I don't want to bar you from hanging out with your family. That's not very cool. So I will just suggest to you that you keep your case and discuss it with your lawyer. She keeps her case, discusses it with her lawyer. Okay.
Okay.
That's, excuse me, that's just my suggestion. I don't have any power to enforce it. I've just been doing this long enough to know what's going to happen. All right. Now, your next court date is September the 19th. If you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. Okay. Do you have any questions about, oh, nope, back up. Do you want to hire your own attorney, or do you want me to appoint one for you?
Appoint an attorney to me.
Okay. Whew. Are you self-employed or do you work for someone?
So basically, I'm self-employed. I started my own movie company.
You're right on the edge. I'm going to go ahead and appoint one for you just because you have felony charges and I want to make sure that you're represented. So I'm going to appoint one for you, sir, per your request. Okay. All right. Do you have any questions about your case?
None at all. I really appreciate it.
Okay. All right, sir. Good luck to you. And like I said, don't discuss your case with anyone, including your sister.
Got you.
All right.
All right.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Trolledge Porter.
Oh. You said Porter?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I think that somebody, it looks like, oh yeah. Somebody, I've got information that says that you're out to bond.
My bond should have been posted.
Okay, you've been talking to somebody about your bond and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay, all right then. Well, give me just a second, Mr. Porter. Let me see here. I don't think there's anything that I need to do with you, but sometimes it takes a minute for these things to process. So they wanted to bring you over just to make sure. Trellis Porter. Let me go ahead and just do this with you anyway. Your bond's already been set. Let me make sure. Let me just read this to make sure the charges are legally valid, because maybe I'm going to dismiss them. I don't know. All right, Mr. Porter, I reviewed the warrant and it's legally sound, so I'm not going to dismiss any of the charges against you, but I'm not going to raise your bond or anything like that because it's already been set. So if you didn't know, the total bond was $1,500 to $2,500. Let me see. Do you want to hire your own attorney, or do you want me to appoint one for you?
I'm hiring my own one.
Okay, that's fine.
I should already got one.
Oh, who's your lawyer?
I gotta get out there to find out who they are.
I got you. So, all right, that's fine. Okay then. Well, do you have any questions?
Can you tell me what was the bond amount for each charge?
Yes. For the speeding charge, it was $500. For the suspended license, it was $1,500, and for the seatbelt, it's $500.
Okay.
Now, as long as you don't have any other pending charges or anything like that, then just let them do their thing and process you out. Just be patient, okay?
That's good with me.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. All right. What's your name?
Cameron Sales.
Okay. Give me just a second. Oh, there might be another person that's in this list over here. Oh, they just brought everybody over here. Oh, Mr. Sims, I did not get your paperwork. So unfortunately, we have to continue your case to tomorrow. I didn't get your bonding information or warrants or anything like that. So we have to move you to tomorrow, sir. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay, sir.
All right. Good luck to you.
How you doing?
Good. What's your name, sir?
Isaiah Thurman.
You said Isaiah Thurman, correct?
Yes.
Okay. East Robinson. Shane, Sam. I'm looking for your court appointed applicant. Here we go. Okay, sir. You were charged with one count of theft by taking, which is this one's a felony. However, I am going to set a bond in the amount of $3,000. The only special condition I have for you is to not have any contact with Denisha Williams. Who is that to you? Who is that to you?
Friend.
Okay. Well, don't be friends with her until your case is resolved. Okay.
All right.
Your next court date is going to be on September the 21st. If you bond out, you don't need to appear for that court date. Now, do you have the option to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you? What would you like for me to do?
Are you appoint one for me?
Okay. I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Mickey Tarver.
Mr. Tarver. You were here with Mr. Phipps, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What grade are you in?
I'm in 12th.
Okay, so you're almost done.
Yes, sir.
You plan on finishing, correct? You plan on finishing high school, correct? Okay. Just make sure you speak up because there's a delay between me speaking and you responding, all right? Now you're here on one count of battery, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is going to be $2,000, and one count of disruption with a public school. So the bond is $1,000. So you and Mr. Phipps have the exact same bond amount. Total is $3,000. Now, just like Mr. Phipps, I'm going to put the same special conditions on you. Do not have any contact with Mr. Tolerance Jones. Okay. And also don't have any contact with Kaylee Phipps. Just like I told him, I don't know if you're the good person, he's the bad influence, or you're the bad influence and he's the good person, or Mr. Jones is the bad influence. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. I just know that y'all three don't mix. Okay. So wherever Mr. Phipps is, if it's not school, you don't be there. Okay. Find other people to hang around, find other friends to make. Okay. You're almost done with school. You've got a whole world of opportunities awaiting you. If you can just make it through what we're in August now, you got what, 9 months to go before you're out. Just keep your head on straight and mind your business for the next 9 months, and you're going to be good to go. All right. Your next court date is going to be September the 20th. If you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. Now you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like for me to do?
Appoint one.
Okay. Well, I imagine you like your freedom and you like to do things that a 17, 18, or a high school senior like to do. and you don't enjoy being in the Clayton County Jail. Is that correct?
Sir.
All right, so you're basically an adult at this point, so you have to govern yourself accordingly. You have to watch who you hang around with. You have to watch not only how you act around people, but how you react to people. So just keep that in mind and remember how unfun and uncool it is to be locked up and how you can't do what you want to do while you're here. All right?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Tarver. Good luck to you, and don't let me see you back here again.
Yes, sir.
All right. What's your name, sir? I need a name.
Woody.
What? What's your name?
Woody.
Woody what?
Harry Thomas.
Oh, got it. Sir, I have you as Arion Thomas. Is that you? Ricania, Deputy Ricania, is there an area of the jail? I don't know if this gentleman needs medication or what, but I don't know if I can continue with his first appearance if he doesn't even acknowledge his name.
This is Mr. Thomas, Your Honor. Yeah, Mr. Thomas, let's go through this so you can go back. Come on. Say your name, gonna tell you your bond, court date. Let's go. Come on.
All right. Mr. Thomas, do you understand that you're charged with battery and theft by receiving stolen property? Do you understand that? Okay. All right. I'm just continuing. I can't.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Come on, let's go.
Ms. Baskin, if you'll make a note of the continuance for Mr. Arion Thomas.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
Hey, okay. Yeah, 8204. I'll let it know.
Okay. All right. What's your name, sir?
My name is Damian Thomas, sir.
Okay. Mr. Thomas. Damian Thomas.
Yes, sir.
All right. Very good, sir. You are charged with one count of battery misdemeanor. That is going to be a bond of $3,000. One felony count of false imprisonment, the bond is going to be $5,000, and one count, excuse me, one count of aggravated assault felony, the bond is going to be $5,000. So the total bond is going to be $13,000. As part of special condition of your bond, you're not to have any contact with Sophia Frazier. Who is that to you?
My friend.
Okay, all right. Y'all don't have any children together or anything like that?
No, we have stepkids.
Stepkids, got it. Okay, well, in the meantime, don't have any contact with her, okay? Does she stay at the Raven Drive address in Jonesboro?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, yes, sir.
Okay, and you stay there as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't want you going back there. Do you have another place that you can go?
We both from Alabama, and I really don't have no family down here. So if I was to get out of anything, I just have to go probably stay in a motel or something.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely empathize with you and understand that it's going to be rough while this case is pending. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it's going to be easy. But at the same time, you know, I have an obligation to make sure you don't get in any more trouble and that she feels safe and the community at large is safe. So don't go back to that address. However, if you need to get some personal belongings, because I understand that that's where you were living, then you can take this bond order to the sheriff's department and they'll go with you, okay, to get your items. So don't just show up saying that the judge said that you could get your stuff. You got to do it the right way, okay? Your next court date is going to be on September the 21st, okay? If you bond out, you don't need to appear for that court date. All right. Now you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like for me to do?
I take an appointment.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions for me about your case?
Yes, I was wondering, like the charges that you gave me, like, is there any kind of way that I can have them like at least like reduced to $100 off each one or something, so I can have somebody to come pick
Sure.
me up?
Well, here's the thing. I reviewed the charges, and you know, typically for especially the felonies, many people have bonds or even no bonds on those. I decided that you know, after looking at it and the facts and the circumstances and things like that, I did decide to grant a bond, which I didn't have to do. Okay. And so I believe that I've treated your case independently, but also fairly. I have to be reasonable across the board, right? So while I appreciate your request, I'm going to leave the bond where it is. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Yes, sir. Any other questions?
You have a blessed day.
All right. Thank you. Good luck to you. All right. What's your name, sir?
Lorenzo Winford.
All right, Mr. Winford. All right, Mr. Winford, you are charged with 1 count of cruelty to children in the 2nd degree and 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I am not going to grant a bond on either of those charges today. Later on down the road, another judge may see it differently. As part of the bond conditions, if you do get them, would be a stay away from Jasmine Williamston and to not return back to 6726 Cherub Boulevard, Building 21D in Jonesboro. Your next court date is going to be on September the 21st at 8:30 a.m. Now you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like for me to do?
I have an attorney.
I'm sorry?
I have an attorney.
Okay. What's your attorney's name?
Gregory McKenna.
Okay. Well, I did not get any paperwork indicating that they were representing you, but if you're in contact with them or family or friends are in contact with them, just let them know that your next court date, which is a very important one, they'll need to file their paperwork and be present on September the 21st at 8:30 a.m. Okay.
All right.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Good luck to you, sir. All right. What's your name?
Westbrook.
Mr. Westbrook. Okay. I've got you here. All right, Mr. Westbrook, you are charged with 1 count of littering on the highway, which is a misdemeanor. Your bond is $500, and possession of a handgun by a convicted felon. The bond is $3,000. Your next court date is going to be on September the 19th. If you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. Now you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
I had a lawyer, Joanne Fields, but I'm gonna take a court-appointed lawyer instead.
Okay, well, you didn't fill out your application.
I did. That's why I put refuse on it.
I got you. Is that because you thought that you were going to continue with the lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you a couple of questions. Your name is Donald Westbrooks, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to skip down. Are you currently employed, Mr. Westbrooks?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Approximately how much money do you earn per month?
Let's say over 3,000.
Okay. It's not bad. Do you own any real estate?
Not correct.
Okay. Do you have rent or a mortgage payment?
Not under my name.
Okay, but do you pay somebody rent or mortgage?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How much?
2,000 monthly. 2,100.
Okay. Are you married?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any children?
Yes, sir.
How many of them are under the age of 18?
All four of them.
Okay. Have you ever served in the military before? Is that a no?
No, no, sir.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, and you're okay with me putting that you verbally agreed to sign this via Zoom, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, all right, Mr. Westbrooks, then I will appoint an attorney for you. If for whatever reason you decide to change your mind and go with that attorney or hire a different attorney, whatever, that's fine, you can do that. Just make sure they file the appropriate paperwork. Do you have any questions about your case? You got to give me a verbal answer.
No, sir.
Okay, all right, there we go. All right, well, good luck to you, sir. All right, what's your name?
Gary Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams. You were charged with, let's see here. Misdemeanor hit and run. Bond is going to be $2,000. Misdemeanor driving on a suspended or not a valid license. The bond is $1,500, and then one felony count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Bond is going to be $3,000. So your total bond is going to be $6,500. Your next court date is going to be on September the 21st. If you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like for me to do?
You can appoint one for you.
Okay. All right, very good. I will do that for you, sir. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Appreciate it.
No, I believe that's all the others except for the two fugitives.
Yes. Now I sent over the extradition paperwork. Have they filled that out, or do they not want to fill it out?
They just have to sign it, Your Honor. Normally wait for you to go over with them and then we let them sign it if they want to sign it.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let me go ahead and meet with them, and we'll do that. Who are we going to do first?
I can do both of them at the same time. There's two of them, so.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's do them both at the same time.
Morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, sir. And good morning, sir. All right, give me just a second, gentlemen. I need to bring up my script so I make sure I go everything I need to go over with you all. There are going to be certain points where I address each of you individually, okay? And then if I do that, I'll start with Mr. Owens first, and then I'll go to Mr. Shade. Which one of you is Mr. Owens? Okay, got it. Thank you, sir. So Mr. Owens is to my left. All right, good afternoon. I'm Judge Daniel Nagel. This hearing is what is called an extradition hearing. All of the rights that I advised everyone of earlier also apply in your case, but your hearing is a little different from the other first appearance hearings that have just taken place. You do not have charges pending against you here in Clayton County. You have been brought to court today because you have charges pending against you in another state, and they are requesting that you return to the state to answer these charges. All right, first, sir, are you Mr. Anthony C. Owens?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And sir, are you Mr. Joshua Shade?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you, Mr. Owens, do you already have an attorney representing you on the charges in Texas?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Mr. Shade, do you already have an attorney representing you for charges? Escambia County Sheriff's Office?
No, sir, not currently.
Okay, all right. You both are charged with being a fugitive from justice as follows. Mr. Owens, enter and remain in the state of Georgia, knowing he was wanted by Hulseth County Sheriff's Office, Texas, for failure to appear, possession of marijuana, warrant number W723644869, a felony, and they will extradite. And Mr. Shade, enter and remain in the state of Georgia, knowing he is wanted by Escambia County Sheriff's Office for trafficking marijuana, warrant number 2022 WA12872, a felony. They will extradite. Mr. Shade, Escambia County, what state is that?
Florida.
Florida, got it, okay. All right, so this hearing is being conducted pursuant to OCGA Title 17, Chapter 13. As you have heard, it is alleged that you are charged with Mr. Owens' possession of marijuana and Mr. Shade trafficking marijuana in the state of Mr. Owens, Texas, and Mr. Shade, Florida. Now, each of you has a choice as to whether you wish to contest extradition or to waive extradition and be returned to the other state without going through the formal extradition process. If you decide that you wish to contest extradition, the court may commit you to the county jail for an initial period of 30 days. During that time, a warrant will be prepared under the governor's signature for your extradition to the other state. The court may consider allowing you to post bond, but the court is not required to allow bond in your case. As you are wanted by another jurisdiction, I am not setting a bond in your case at this time. If you do not wish to voluntarily return to the state of either Texas for Mr. Owens or Florida for Mr. Shade, you may file a writ of habeas corpus to contest the extradition. The writ of habeas corpus can only contest 4 things. Number 1, whether the extradition documents are in order on their face. Number 2, whether you are charged with a crime that actually exists in the demanding state of Texas or Florida, whether you are the person named in the request for extradition, and whether you are in fact a fugitive from justice. You cannot contest the issue of your guilt or innocence in this state. You are entitled to the advice of counsel in contesting extradition or in deciding whether to waive extradition. If the state is unable to extradite you within 30 days, you may be committed to the county jail for an additional 60 days awaiting your extradition. If the extradition is not completed in 90 days, then you will be released. So I'll start with you, Mr. Owens. Do you want to waive extradition and that will start the process of moving you back to Texas so you can answer those charges, or do you want to contest it?
I'd like to waive it.
Okay, very good. Then you should have some paperwork that have been presented to you that waives your extradition. I have already signed it. So if you want to do that, we'll just need your signature. I think there's several copies. There's like 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that. Okay. Once you do that, I'll process that paperwork, send it over to the sheriff's office, and they'll get you on the road to getting you out of here. Okay. Mr. Shade, do you wish to waive extradition or do you wish to contest it?
I would like to waive it, sir.
All right, Mr. Shade, the same thing applies to you. You should have copies, multiple copies of some documentation. If you wish to waive it, you just sign that. The sheriff's department will send it back over to me. We'll get it processed, and then we'll get you on the road of where you need to be as well, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Owens, do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. So I spoke with this county and they said that they're not coming to get me.
Okay.
What happens in that respect?
Well, I believe if it's been a total of 90 days and they haven't come to get you, then you'll be free to go.
So it's 90 days.
That's my understanding. Let me see here. I got it. Let me pull it back up. It's not often that I do these, and you know, listen, although I am a judge and I am a practicing attorney, you should always consult with a lawyer just to make sure, because this is not my, I don't practice extradition, but I'll read this again. If the state is unable to extradite you within 30 days, you may be committed to the county jail for an additional 60 days, awaiting your extradition. Okay, so if they can't do it within 30, maybe you get committed for an extra 60 days, maybe. If the extradition is not completed in 90 days, then you will be released. Now, Okay, so I believe that if you waive extradition and they don't come and get you, based on what I am reading and my understanding of the law, right? Your worst case scenario is 90 days and you'll be free to go. Okay, but again, I wouldn't rely on that. That's just my understanding of it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Owens, do you have any other questions?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Shea, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, all right, well, good luck to you both, and get those signed and we'll get them over here and get the process started for you guys.
Yeah, all right, that completes the mails for today.
Okay, all right, I believe we're good. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
All right, Miss Baskin, I don't know, because usually I don't have a judicial assistant with me. Is there anything that you need from me for this first appearance?
No, I just need the bond orders and the warrants whenever you send them over. And I've already continued the other two to tomorrow's first appearance calendar.
Okay, perfect. So I'll make sure that you're included. I'll copy you on everything just to make sure that you have it. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Y'all have